The energy for the first week of August in the soap opera of the stars says collaboration. I'm an intuitive coach, and this is my energy report for the 3rd to the 9th of August. In this week, on the 3rd, Chiron retrogrades in Aries in gate 42, line 3. Chiron is trine Venus in Leo in gate 29. Venus is square Uranus in Taurus in gate 8, line 3. On the 4th, there's a new moon in Leo in gate 33, line 6. Sextile Mars in gate 16, sextile Jupiter in gate 35, line 4, sextile the south node in Libra in gate 18, line 5, and trine the north node in Aries in gate 17, line 5. So lots of karmic stuff. On the 5th of August, Mercury goes retrograde in Virgo in gate 59. Venus moves to Virgo and into gate 59. And on the 7th of August, Venus and Mercury meet up in gate 59, line 4. Now, what does all of this mean in terms of the energy of the week? So while researching this week's transits, I got a clear download from the guides, and it said, you're all having a collective experience of changes, having sped up. You're all at different stages of feeling miserable, yet you continue to wear the masks that keep you functional. So drop those masks, allow your vulnerability to be expressed, allow yourself to receive help, and so thereby change the narrative. So to be honest, this made me a little worried when I received the download, because I too am part of the collective and I can't help but worry about what having to ask for help means in my situation. So I was told that it was about collaboration. That if everyone is dealing with the process of change, and admittedly change is hard, then everyone needs something. And there's always someone who's learned a different lesson and needs to learn what you have. So what they said was it's like barter, but for emotional support. And if you're willing to express your vulnerability and let your mask down and say, I'm feeling challenged, I want some advice or help, in all likelihood, the support you receive will be astonishing. That's what they say. So we have to try it out. According to the guides, the cure to the loneliness epidemic is to let go of that mask of having it all together. And here is how to do it in a way that feels and keeps you safe, because that's important. So, step 1 is to understand why you are doing this. That is, letting go of the mask and being more vulnerable. So, the why of this is that you accept in material terms that you require resources from external sources, right? You moved from a society where everyone attempted to do everything themselves to one where you traded services and goods. This is downloads from the guide, so I'm included in this. Similarly, you are aware that dependent on past lives, the setup of the current lifetime, and what has been passed on from ancestors, all of this comes together to create the particular gifts and shadows that make you. So is it not then logical that you cannot have everything, and that you need to allow the gifts of others to relieve you of your shadows and use your gifts to relieve others of their shadows? So they're talking about not having everything in terms of emotional resilience. So, and they're saying that when we're willing to exchange these gifts and shadows, well, I'm not sure we want to exchange the shadows, but gifts to help each other's shadows, this is coexistence. This is the way the world has been created. You see it all around you in the way nature works. So the first step is to acknowledge that you have gifts and that you need gifts. Step 2 is looking at the belief systems that form the basis of why you have the mask on. So look for the shame you feel and that voice telling you that you should have it together in a particular area of your life. Some of you feel that shame about the state of your relationship, some about finances, some around your body, some around education, some around spiritual progress. For some, it's about sexual preferences. For some, your existence itself. So this will show up differently for different people, but it applies to all. So the guides are saying that shame is a common feeling, and that your feelings are what make you all the same. So use shame to identify where you need to express that vulnerability and ask for that support. Step 3 is to identify who will provide you a safe space for this communication, and on the other hand, who you can provide a safe space to as well. So they have to identify you in the same way. So when we're looking at who will provide that safe space for this communication, once more look at the shoulds. You may feel a particular person should be the one to help you. Usually you feel this way because the person and you have a relationship that allows for the expectation of that help coming from them. So I'm hearing parents, siblings, partners, sometimes friends. They may, however, need the help you are looking for even more than you are. So if you are honest with yourself, you may find that your expectation is correct. On the other hand, you may also find that your expectation is what is keeping you stuck in the first place. So if it's correct, there's a safe space. If it's not, then that's what's keeping you stuck in the first place. So for example, you may be looking at your partner to regulate your nervous system, and they may be the reason for the dysregulated nervous system in the first place. Or for that matter, you may be looking at your parent for that regulation, and they may be the reason for your dysregulated nervous system in the first place. So the solution here is to find ways outside of that partnership or parent to regulate your nervous system, and then see if you and your partner can maintain that space for each other to keep this work that you've done of regulating your nervous system, to keep that going. The outcome is to stay in the partnership. So I think what they're saying is that we're not saying leave the partnership, but to stay in the partnership, and by stepping out to get this need fulfilled, by asking for help, you then have the tools to maintain a calmer system. So the additional step is to look for a solution outside of the partnership. And this help may look like therapy, books, a random reel or YouTube video, or a conversation with a friend. Now, of course, this is an example that the guides have given, and you can apply this to when you're thinking about who is that safe space for me to communicate vulnerably without my mask. And, step number 1 was basically to see why you have the mask at all. Step number 2 is to look at the shame around it. So now they come to step 3. We are at step 3. So the point of step 3 is to find the clarity on the spaces where you can take that mask off and be vulnerable. Without step 3, your attempt will be half-hearted and keep you stuck in the loop of functionality. And the guides are saying that is also mediocrity. So, whoa. Okay, tough love. Well, in the analogy of the seed that they have been talking about in terms of August, that seed is lying on the forest floor trying to understand where its roots need to emerge from to find suitable material to keep growing. So as you can imagine, the seed needs to let go of the outer cover. That little vulnerable little root needs to find its way out, and it needs to be in a safe space to be able to keep growing. So, what they're adding to this is that all systems are on their way out. In fact, I'm just seeing that, contracts are being torn up. And it's as if to say that more and more partnerships and associations are breaking up or finding new forms because they do not serve you anymore, so don't hold on to them. As the consciousness of the planet continues to evolve, the patriarchal, control-based systems that have kept us in check are bound to fall apart. We're seeing that, aren't we? So this is because the first step to freedom is individuation. It is understanding the fact that you are an individual who has a unique set of needs and desires, and that you are worthy of them. So this week's energy, and I've mentioned this in the August report for the month, that August is bookended by 2 karmic moments. So this week's energy is part of that karmic seeding moment for everyone, and is about learning from each other's experiences. So collaboration. The guides are saying that you can learn from others' mistakes. You do not have to follow the dictates of this is how it was always done. And you can find your path and the tribe that works with you on this path, because finding that tribe is important. So look at your experiences as a badge of honor for being alive, accept them, and allow others to learn from them. So let us look at what this means for each sign. For this, you need to look at your astrological chart to connect with me, and I'll let you know your top 3 signs. I use whole sign houses and Western astrology for this breakdown, so take what resonates for you. Now, if you look at your rising sign, this is about you, your body, mind, and soul. The question to ask is, what is going on in my life? If you look at your sun sign, this is your career, themes related to father and father figures. The question to ask is, what is influencing my career or significant masculine relationships? Now, please remember, a woman can also have a very masculine way of approaching life, and therefore that may also come under the term masculine relationship. So this is not about gender. This is about the quality of the person you have the relationship with. Your moon sign is your emotional space, your mother figures. The question to ask is, what is influencing my emotions or significant feminine relationships? Same rules apply. So look at all. So ideally, if you are using these transits to help inform the week ahead or the month ahead, to help you navigate, what needs to be learned, what are the shadows you need to work on, what is being triggered within you, and to clear that up, then ideally, to get a complete picture, you need to look at all 3 signs. However, if you're just looking at this from the perspective of, okay, what is it that is generally happening in my life that I need to look out for, then if you only have your rising sign or if you only have your sun sign, that is good enough. Okay, so let's start with the zodiac. So Aries, rising, sun and moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to your daily routines for your work and your body and what you consider duties. Your shame is being triggered around self-expression, pleasure, creativity, children and romantic pursuits. And you find your safe space in your self-worth, your values, and how you manage your material and financial resources. So Taurus, rising, sun and moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to self-expression, pleasure, creativity, children, and romantic pursuits. So look for an Aries person, or maybe not, because their shame is triggered over there. But your shame is triggered around family, roots, your mother, or a maternal figure, your sense of belonging, what you call home and your support systems, and your safe space is in you, your outlook on life, your individuality, your self-awareness, and your appearance. So Gemini, rising, sun and moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to family, roots, your mother or maternal figure, your sense of belonging, what you call home, and your support systems. For you, shame is triggered around your communication style, your thought processes, or your learning style, and you may feel triggered by siblings and your immediate environment. Sorry, I don't know what's happening to my mouth. But your safe space is in your belief systems, what you are afraid of, your subconscious mind, your self-sabotage patterns, your ability to be by yourself, and your spiritual beliefs. So obviously here what it means is your safe space is in dealing with these self-sabotage patterns, if there's addiction, etc., to look for help around that. But that is where you will feel safe when you're able to address these aspects. So for Cancer, rising, sun or moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to your communication style, your thought processes, and or your learning style. You may feel triggered by your siblings and your immediate environment. Your shame is triggered around the management of your finances, material resources, self-worth and values. Your safe space is in your networks, not just friends, but the communities you are a part of and are aligned with the way you think or your interests. So for Leo, rising, sun or moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to the management of your finances and material resources, your self-worth and your values. For you, shame is triggered around you, your outlook on life, your individuality, your self-awareness and your appearance. Your safe space is in your status, worldly achievements, father or father figures, your sense of mission or career. So for Virgo rising sun or moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to you, your outlook on life, your individuality, your self-awareness, and your appearance. For you, shame is triggered around your belief systems. So what are you afraid of? Your subconscious mind, your self-sabotage patterns, your ability to be by yourself, and your spiritual beliefs. So your safe space is in your ethics, your desire to learn, your higher mind, and philosophy. For Libra rising sun or moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to belief systems. What are you afraid of? Your subconscious mind, your self-sabotage patterns, your ability to be by yourself, and spiritual beliefs. For you, shame is triggered around your networks, not just friends, but the communities you are a part of that are aligned with the way you think or your interests. And your safe space is in shared resources, partnerships, big business, spiritual transformation. For Scorpio rising sun and moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to your networks, not just friends, but the communities you are a part of and that are aligned with the way you think or your interests. Your shame is triggered around your status, worldly achievements, father or father figures, your sense of mission or career. Your safe space is in your intimate relationships, close associates, and people you share concerns with. So for Sagittarius rising sun or moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to your status, worldly achievements, father or father figures, and your sense of mission or career. For you, shame is triggered around your ethics, your desire to learn, your higher mind and philosophy, and your safe space is in your daily routines for your work and your body and what you consider duties. For Capricorn rising sun or moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to your ethics, your desire to learn, your higher mind and philosophy. Shame is triggered around shared resources, partnerships, big business, and spiritual transformation. Your safe space is in self-expression, pleasure, hobbies, creativity, children, and romantic pursuits. For Aquarius rising sun or moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to shared resources, partnerships, big business, and spiritual transformation. Shame is triggered around your intimate relationships, close associates, people you share concerns with. Your safe space is in family, roots, your mother or maternal figure, your sense of belonging, what you call home, and your support systems. For Pisces rising sun or moon, you need to ask for help in the themes related to intimate relationships, close associates, and people who you share concerns with. For you, shame is triggered around your daily routines for your work and your body, what you consider duties. Your safe space is in your communication style, your thought processes and or learning style, your siblings, and your immediate environment. So that is Zodiac by Zodiac. Of course, it's just a very small perspective on what is happening or the theme that is playing out in your life. If this resonates with you and if you would like to know more, do get in touch with me. But even if this resonates with you and you're able to use it to do your inner work, then my job is done. So I share the report for the month, and in the report for the month, I give the overall theme for the month for each sign. And now this week by week report helps you in breaking that larger month learning down. So while this is relevant to this week, and you've been given advice on what to do in this week, if you want to look at it from a journaling perspective, then you need to look at the overall theme of August and how this week fits in to that theme of August. The month of August also has a summary of the week by week, how these transits are going to emerge. So you do have an overview, and you can fit this in. In case you need more help, we have a study group going that happens. So get in touch with me through the comments. Email me on aswanes.pn@gmail.com. If you follow me on Instagram, then DM me. And I will be happy to share with you the details of that study group. Do like and this video if it resonates with you, and do share it with others if you feel that it would resonate with them. We are moving, as the guides have said to us over and over again, that the energy is moving from control-based systems to more trust-based leadership systems. And I'm really, really hoping that this week-on-week breakdown that they're giving to us, this week-on-week journey that they're helping us with, will take all of us, will make it easier for all of us to shift into that energy. Because the energy is shifting. You can see events, whether we see them in India or whether we see them across the world. We can see that events are definitely playing out that are showing that there is a change in leadership systems, there is a change in the way systems are set up altogether. So I hope these transits help you with aligning to that energy and to a better world, really, though there may be chaos before we get to that better world. And the way the energy is unfolding is part of that chaos. So, enough said. Thank you for listening to this video. I hope to see you again next week. Do subscribe to this channel. Your engagement with the content basically helps me understand what content you like and create more content. Thank you. Do subscribe to this channel for regular updates. I drop a new episode every Friday for the week, and once a month there's a bonus episode for the whole month. I would love to hear from you. The next part of this report is about my process, so if you would like to hear it, but if you've heard it in previous videos, then this is just a repetition. So prior to being able to receive the downloads, my guides expect me to study the astrological and human design transits that are impacting the period of time the report is meant for. I usually study it for the whole month and then week on week. I call it the soap opera of the stars because when I started looking at the information and hearing the stories, it really feels like the planets and luminaries have their own little dramas with their plots and subplots. And we here on Earth are impacted because, all this energy in the universe, this force in the universe impacts us. So we need to work with that energy to ensure we are able to navigate life in the best manner possible. So to me, these are our, warning signals, or the lighthouse that helps us navigate safely to the shore we want to be on, which is hopefully freedom and liberation. So to know more about what I do, you can find me on Instagram as @Pallavi108, which is PALLAVI 108. I'm also on LinkedIn as Pallavi Nath. I have a Spotify channel. It's the same content but in podcast form, and it's called the Soap Opera of the Stars. I have a Medium publication, so same content but in written format. It's also called the Soap Opera of the Stars. You can also stay updated on all the new episodes by following my WhatsApp channel. This is also called the Soap Opera of the Stars. I'm also planning to start posting on X and Twitter, X and Threads. So if that's something you're interested in, then watch this space for more. So just to let you know what I do, as an intuitive coach, I work with clients one-to-one to reset their energetic blueprints for maximum impact. So what this means is it could be an energetic reset to their timelines that includes events right from conception to now. It could be energy from past lifetimes. It could be also ancestral lineages. Now, why it is important to do this is because there are lots of these hidden little things, just like I see this fractured solar plexus that is hidden in our energy that we're not aware of, that we're not conscious of. But as an energy coach, as an intuitive coach, I can see it in the system and I can work with the client to help release it, because after all, aren't we all looking for relief and ease? I certainly am. This can happen for a client for themselves, an individual reset. It can happen for a relationship they're in, so that's a relationship reset. It can happen for the business they're running, and it can also happen in the space that they live or work in. So anywhere that you feel you need a little bit of an energy shift, like a facial for the energy, a deep tissue massage, connect with me. So apart from this, if you want non-face interaction, then I offer intuitive energy blueprint reports. These cover various aspects of your lived experience. They can be generated for you, they can be generated for loved ones. They're similar to the Soap Opera of the Stars, but this is your natal chart. This is your human design setup. So it's very individual and unique to you. The report that I'm currently working on, providing is one around purpose. I will provide reports on love and finance and career and so on and so forth. Right now, I'm focusing on the first level, which is why are you here? Who are you on this planet? What is your quest? How does that combine to form your purpose? How do you then understand how this purpose and this current lifetime fits in with past and future lifetimes? And what are the important years so far in your life? What do you learn from them? What do you heal in them? And then what are the important markers over the next 10 years that you could prepare for and therefore navigate your life from that perspective? So this is something that I provide. You can check my link www.bit.ly/PN underscore reports. And I'm going to put that in the link in the description below. Another service that I provide is answers channeled from the guides. Now you can send this question to me on a form, and within 24 hours I will respond to you with a voice note. So these are specific to a situation, a decision, or a person where they need extra guidance, they need an input, they want to make a decision, or they just need to release anxiety. And this is important for them. So thank you for spending this time with me and my guides, and see you soon. Next Friday, next episode.